Now, moving on to education in the UK, this is the second year running that the UK's rigorous points-based student visa system is being implemented. I think we passed the test last year.
Yes.
And this year is going to be, is it going to be easier or tougher with the new measures introduced by the Home Office?
Well, as you I'm sure will have noted in the recent election campaign in the UK, immigration was one of the big topics for discussion, and it was one of the differentiating factors between the various parties. The Conservative Party came out as the strongest party following the elections, and the Conservative Party has a pretty tough policy on migration. They have announced that they would introduce a cap on migration, and they've already taken some steps to implement that. So there will be some tightening of the migration controls, and there may be some impact on Malaysia. The initial steps that have been taken is in relation to Tier 1 and Tier 2, i.e. not students, but people who are going to work in the UK. And that step has perhaps meant a slight reduction in the opportunity for Malaysians to travel to the UK, and there will be further measures taken in the future. But our ministers have said that we will continue, even if we apply some tightening, to welcome the brightest and best from countries like Malaysia to study in the UK and to work in the UK if they are appropriately skilled.
The new UK academic session will begin not very long from now. How are things operating at your student visa division? Is there enough manpower to deal with the usual, the rising workload there?
Paul, you know very well that we look at this every year. We look at it not just at the time, but well in advance. We try and plan for the peak season, which comes in late August and September, following the announcement of A-level results and before term starts. We've already increased our manpower. We have, I think, 5 extra members of staff in the High Commission this year to deal with additional visa applications during that peak period, and we are very confident that we can provide a quality service, a fast service for Malaysian students, just as we did last year.
Now, on the Chevening scholarships, you signed 50 certificates this year for Malaysian recipients, and saying that you are a great believer in Chevening.
Yes.
Is this unique program under any sort of threat now?
As part of the new government's first steps, the government decided to review all program expenditure right across the board, not just in our department, but in every government department. And during that period when the review was being conducted, we put a freeze on all scholarship offers. As a result, we had to tell many of those young Malaysians who were hoping to go to the UK that their scholarship was under review, and we couldn't confirm the place that the scholarship was available. I'm delighted to say that within the last 10 days or so, we've been able to inform every scholar whom we offered a place to that place is confirmed. The Chevening Scholarship Programme has been sustained for Malaysia next year, and Malaysia will continue to be one of the major recipient countries for Chevening scholarships in the future. I think it's a terrific programme. We have many Malaysians who have been through the programme, either as scholars or as Chevening Fellows, which is a shorter term programme. Over 1,200 Malaysians have been in the UK under British government funding arrangements, and I'm delighted to say that many of them have returned our positions of authority in government, in business, in civil society, in the media. Chevening alumni are playing a role in Malaysian society, both individually and collectively,